kickoff team is out there, and you can feel the energy. One game to determine the national championship. And the returner decides to signal fair catch. This line getting set up. It's a first down play. They'll try the ground game here with the running back. The sophomore with a strong tackle there.
They're just trying to establish the run. There's not much there, but give credit to that defensive line and those linebackers attacking the line of scrimmage to negate any chance at all.
Second down after that run on the previous play. Takes the handoff again. Fighting off the defender. Tackle made at the 37. That's a solid game.
Boy, this back is running very well today and living up to so many great backs that they've had over the years at Miami. Edgerrin James, and Frank Gore, and Willis McGahee, and Clinton Portis. All those guys won a lot of games and ran the ball well. And right now, they got to be loving what they're seeing from this back.
That's a solid run. Good for first down yardage. Quarterback looking to connect with the receiver here. They've got him. Defense comes up with a sack. The Hurricanes hustle to the line to run the hurry up.
There are a lot of times when you see a sack like this, you got to give a lot of credit to the coverage downfield. I don't think the quarterback really felt good about anybody being open, so he
breaks into the clear. It's a sprint. Tackle made after a big gain.
Boy, nice throw and a great catch here by this Miami Hurricane wide receiver. For our younger audience out there who might be watching this game, I got to tell you, you may not remember this, but Miami set the tone for wide receiver play for decades, and they're working their way to get back to that now.
Finding some room at the 25. They'll make it into the end zone. Touchdown, Miami. In a national championship game, you cannot do a better job of setting the tone immediately, Kurt.
Well, it's the biggest game of the year, so you've got to bring your best. On the opening drive, the offense did just that. That's how you get this thing started.
And it's 7-0 after the BAT. Here's the kickoff team. Let's see if they give the returner an opportunity to bring this back. He's going to return it from deep in the end zone. He's tackled at the 17, so it would have been better to leave it in the end zone for a touchback. First down here for this offense. Handoff here from the shotgun. They bring him down right at the 20. And Gang makes it second and medium. Quarterback making some changes at the line. Looking to pass here on second down. That deep shot is caught for a big gain. Breaks clear, end zone ahead. No stopping him, takes it all the way. Touchdown, Florida.
Oh, just outstanding execution here by this offense. The offensive line gives the quarterback time, and the quarterback's anticipation was on point. Puts that ball right in the money. The receiver, all he had to do was turn and catch the ball for that touchdown.
And here's the fair catch by the return man. And here comes the Miami offense back out onto the field. They were able to punch it in the end zone last time. Looking to do the same thing here to see if the defense can make adjustments. And here's the handoff. And the one moves the ball up to the 33.
Chris, it's pretty surreal to get to the national championship in this day and age of college football. Everybody wants to spread you out and throw the football. This offense has been pounding the rock all year long. And here, but the first half, this back is having a big day.
They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. That was that excellent linebacker with a clear path just running downhill quickly.
You know, I think one of the great things about watching this guy play all year is his vision. He just has great instincts. That time the defensive line ate up all the linemen, freed up the linebacker to get into the backfield, and the result is a tackle for a loss for the backer.
They're going to throw for it on 3rd and short. Quarterback escapes the pocket and takes off. He's got it for a big gain.
Well, this is why this guy's one of the top wide receivers in college football. It's 3rd down. The defense knows you're probably going to go to him, and they still can't stop him from coming down with a big play.
The Canes line up on 1st and 10 now. The DB's right near the line now, showing press coverage. Out of the shotgun, he hands it off.
You know, in an era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense is countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example. The defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage and not give up big run plays.
Offense getting set. It's 2nd down. The back's got it. Breaks loose at the 40. And a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
You know, everybody always wants to talk about quarterbacks today and receivers. And don't get me wrong, that's a big part of the evolution of the game and where we are. But, man, for me, as a fan, when I'm watching a game, there's just something satisfying about the teams and the offenses that still have backs that can carry the ball and come up with plays like that. Move those sticks and keep this drive going.
And the Canes offense is on the move now. On 1st down, why not keep it on the ground? Brought down after a 7-yard gain, so it's 2nd and 3.
Great job by the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on 1st down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense think, are they going to run? Maybe play action, maybe throw the ball downfield.
Clock is running last minute in a very entertaining 1st quarter of play. The offense with some pre-snap motion. And there's the handoff. And bulldozing his way through. And he runs it into the end zone. Touchdown for the U. So they'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. PAT makes it a 7-point lead. Now the kickoff team is out on the field. Trying to make a play from deep in his end zone.
The 18.
Offense is back out on the field now. They scored a touchdown on the last possession. Let's see if this defense has been able to come up with some adjustments and stop them this time. They flip it to him on the jet sweep. That's a nice tackle there by the senior. And the Gators looking to crank up the tempo a bit. Quarterback looking to pass here on 2nd down. Oh, a sack. The senior on this defense making a big play. And now the defense will call a timeout before this critical down just to get everybody on the same page. Well, a serious challenge for this offense. You don't want to be in 3rd and long inside your own 20. How much of a risk will they take to try to pick up this 1st down? Pressure coming, and they've got him again. Offense coming to the line. They might have a chance for a couple more plays before we reach the end of the quarter. Needs a completion here on 4th down. Quick throw to the left. Incomplete. A huge fourth down stand by this defense.
This is the chance you take here as an offensive coordinator and a play caller. You go for it here, you draw it up perfectly, you think this is the right play, and then the execution is not there. So the defense catches a break, and they get the ball back to their own offense.
This should be the last play of the quarter. Keep it on the ground on 1st and goal. And he'll make it in for the score. Touchdown, Hurricanes.
Man, that's another touchdown for this guy. This defense better adjust and get eyes into that backfield, or he may go for a 3rd or a 4th later today.
And now here comes the point after attack. PHC is good. They're pulling ahead now, 21-7. Kickoff team is on the field to boot this one away. And from deep in the end zone, he'll bring it out. He's got some daylight turning on the speed. Turns on the speed. Can they catch him? Touchdown, Gators. He will score. Wow, a kick return for a touchdown in the national championship game. This place has come unhinged.
You know, we get so caught up in offense and defense, sometimes people like to overlook the importance of special teams. Here's a great reminder. Big-time blocks up front, and the speed of the return man, he takes it all the way to the end zone.
The kickoff team on the field now as they get set to send this one away. He'll call for the fair catch here. And the Hurricanes offense retakes the field. Remember last time they scored a touchdown. Can they keep clicking here, or the defense come up with a stop? Looking out throwing here to start the drive. Finds an open target on the left side.
Quarterback looks downfield to make this throw. He wants to be able to get the ball to be able to pick up enough yards for a 1st down. But instead, gets the ball at least underneath to the drag route and gets some positive yards.
Breaks loose at the 45. It's a big gain across midfield all the way to the 39-yard line.
Big runs like this are just demoralizing for a defense. It's one thing to give up big plays over your head against the pass game. When teams can run the ball and pick up yards like this, really affects the team's mental psyche and their confidence. And you'll start to see some missed tackles following a play like this.
They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Well, the offensive line is completely occupied with that defensive front. That freed up that linebacker to shoot right through that gap and blow up the ball carrier. What a play.
Second down after that previous play. And the quarterback dropping back. Finds that big tight end for a short pass. A big hit by the linebacker, able to knock him down.
Boy, that's pretty good coverage here by this defense. Not much of a window to throw this ball into, but the quarterback's accuracy and the size of the tight end picks up a nice gain.
3rd down upcoming after that completion. Dropping back, looking to throw for the 1st down. It's a short completion to the big tight end. And they pick up the 1st down to the 23, getting closer to the red zone.
Most defensive coordinators focus a lot of their energy on how their unit performs on 3rd down and in the red zone. They give up a couple more 3rd down conversions like that, and they're in for a very unpleasant film session on Monday.
On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. Escapes the pocket. Running right through tacklers. And he gets to the end zone. Touchdown, Canes.
Wow, 1 minute this quarterback is surveying the field for an open receiver. The next, he's pulling it down, tucking the football, and putting into the end zone for touchdown himself.
And the point after is right down the middle. Here's the kickoff team now, set to boot this one away. And the return starts just inside the end zone. The Gators offense retakes the field. Last time they gambled and lost. Went for it in 4th down in their territory and got stopped. They'll run it here. Running back has the ball. Tackle made after a solid gain. They'll spot the ball at the 34. The Gators come up to the line to crank the tempo up here. Or it's snapped to the back. Gain of 2 yards. Now it's 2nd down and 8.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound. It's really solid defense on that play.
And now a timeout quickly called by the defense as they try to get everybody on the same page here. Getting set. Here's 2nd down. Pre-snap motion from the offense. Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. Fighting him off. Brought down, but not before he gets into enemy territory at the 49. The Gators starting a new series here on 1st and 10. Here's the handoff. Well, they test the middle there, but get nothing. 2nd down here. Time for perhaps just one more play before the 2-minute warning. They'll change the pre-snap look now. So we reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense trying to get something going here and cut into this lead before halftime. What's the play call here on 2nd down for this offense? From the shotgun, it's a handoff.
Well, another short game for this offense on the ground, and I got to give a lot of credit to the defense. They have really negated that aspect of this offense the entire first half and really making them one-dimensional. And if that doesn't change, I don't know how they get back into this game.
Heads out of bounds after a solid game, more than enough to pick up a 1st down.
That's another positive game here for this offense, and this defensive coordinator is going to have to make some kind of adjustments to get this quarterback out of his rhythm. It's the national championship, man. You've got to take chances and mix up your coverages because right now what you're doing just isn't working.
Offense will keep it on the ground here. Looks like a player is down injured at that last play. We'll take a timeout while they check it out. Second down play coming up.
Under, 42 Spider.
Ball handed off. They make the stop, but not before a solid gain that time. Now a chance to cut into this lead before halftime. It's 1st and goal. And the Gators looking to punch it in here. It's 1st and goal. First and goal, handoff. He's tackled down at the 4-yard line. Defense getting pushed back.
A pretty good push up front here by this offense line to get some positive yards here. You wonder if they're going to be able to run it in, or they're going to have to spread this defense out and try to find a one-on-one matchup to put the ball through the air for the touchdown.
See if the offense can punch it in on 2nd and goal. That's a design quarterback keeper. Makes it across the goal line. Touchdown, Florida. So a long, methodical scoring drive. Great execution with championship pressure, Kurt.
Man, this is the biggest stage that you can play on. You're in the national championship, and drives like that are going to wear down the opponent physically and mentally. This wasn't an accident. They were very intentional in how they worked their way down the field, and it pays off in the end.
And the return man decides to signal fair catch. And the Miami offense is back on the field. We have a shootout developing here. Each offense scoring a touchdown in their last possession. They're going to run it. Breaking free at the 35. They've got him, but not before making first down yards. They'll move the ball to the 41. The Hurricanes will hustle to the line to crank the tempo. Running game is working. They'll stick with it on first down. Runner finding some space there. That's a solid gain on the ground. Second down after that run on the previous play. Secondary up now, trying to jam these receivers. And the runner steps out of bounds, but does have enough yardage to pick up the first down.
You know, offensive linemen are just a certain breed. They're always going to do their job, no matter who's back there carrying the ball. I'll tell you what, they have a little bit more confidence when the person that's carrying the ball can break off some big-time runs. That makes him block just a little bit harder, knowing what he's potentially capable of doing.
A running play gives the offense a fresh set of downs. Let's it fly to the wideout. Here's a wide-open receiver, complete. Touchdown, Miami. This offense cannot be stopped. So the offense blinking now, building the lead, and this one could get out of hand.
Well, it's just complete domination. The offense is executing and doing their job, putting points on the board. The defense has shown up prepared, ready to play. It just feels like this game's getting sideways in a hurry.
Point after, not right through. So the offense gets momentum, scoring before halftime. Now the kickoff. We'll see if the defense can get his top and preserve that momentum. He's going to return it from deep in the end zone. Tackled at the 12. The coach wishes he left that one in the end zone. And the Florida offense retakes the field. Backed up this close to the end zone in the final minute. Let's see if they just decide to take care of the football and look toward the second half. Defense is coming after him. They pressure him and get him. The loss back to the 7-yard line. Pretty easy call for the head coach. He will accept that penalty, of course. Big guys up front lined up. It's first down. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Quarterback escapes the pocket. Physical defending. That one falls incomplete. Brings up second down. No huddle here for the offense. Quarterback wants to throw it on second down. He's moving out of the pocket. Scrambling. Now he'll make the throw. Tackled at the 40. That'll earn a fresh set of downs. So it's a first down here. The clock is stopped temporarily, but they'll get to the line quickly. There's the snap. Looking to throw the ball. Pressure is coming. It's a huge gain. He's got it inside the 30. So a timeout is called to talk strategy. Maybe time for one or two more plays before halftime. One more play before they head to the locker room. Quarterback checks the defensive look, makes some adjustments. First down, looking to throw the ball. And he'll loft it to the end zone. Touchdown, Gators. This offense really clicking. And they get set now to try the PAT. The extra point is good. Cuts it to a 7-point game, 35-28. Formation would indicate they're going to try the onside kick here. That onside kick does not work. It bounces out of bounds, and that, of course, will be a penalty. And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage. So, with only a few seconds left in the half, out comes the field goal unit. This is a daunting attempt from 54 yards out. We'll see if he's got the leg. The kick is short, and that's going to be returnable. They better get down and cover this. And he'll be brought down, and that will wrap up the first half of play. Minutes going to wrap up the first half here. Let's kick it down to Kevin Connors with our halftime update. The Canes will kick this away to begin the second half. Fields it just outside the goal line. And the return will be brought down. And the Florida offense is back out on the field now. And the wideout goes in motion. A pop pass on the jet sweep. Looks like a man is down in the field after the last play, so we'll take a timeout. Second down after that run on the previous play. It's a run. Running back's got it. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there. The Gators will hustle to the line here to run the hurry up. And they'll give it to the back. And he's brought down, but not before he gets first down yardage. The Gators come to the line to start a fresh set of downs.
Good job up front by that offensive line, getting a good push to be able to allow the back to pick up this first down. This is an important drive for this offense. Now that they got a first down, they can open up this playbook and keep attacking this defense.
The offense looks fired up to begin the second half. That's the kind of play they've needed to give them a spark.
Absolutely. I know they're down in this game. Clearly something was said at halftime to try to get this offensive line engaged, and it looks like it's working. They're playing with a different kind of energy. Let's see if they can do it again.
Offense right to the line, cranking up the tempo.
Boy, I'm a big fan of that jet sweep motion like that. It really forces the defense to stretch them out horizontally. They can create some vertical seams for this offense. They got some positive yards. Didn't quite get the first down, but I'll tell you what they've done. Planted a seed on this defense, and they better defend this style of play moving forward.
Not going to be easy here. Backed up a long way to go for a first down. Quarterback changing the play now at the line. Drops back, looking to throw for it on third down. It's an out route. The catch made. The defense stops him short of the marker. So now it's fourth down. Ball near midfield. No punting team. The offense is going for it. Trying for a fourth down completion. Looking for his big tight end. And he's got it.
Well, Chris, here's an example of what we always talk about. On fourth down, the receiver's got to run a route beyond the sticks. Great awareness to know exactly where he is. The quarterback makes the throw. Receiver gets hit, but he's beyond the sticks for the first down.
Another chunk play. This offense is really clicking. Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off. Plenty space at the 20. They bring him down, but a big chunk of yardage on the play. And the Gators are in the red zone. Receiver in motion now. They flip it to him on the jet sweep. Brought down for a loss after the completion. Not what they were looking for.
Well, It's one of those plays that works better against certain defensive looks, but not every defense is the same. They were all over that one. Let's see if they continue to attack to the outside on the perimeter to set something up downfield.
Coming to the line on second down, this is important. They want to avoid a third and long. Now trapped behind the line. It'll be a short loss.
Well, here we are in the national championship, and you always talk about offense. And it is. It's become an offensive game. But how fitting to see this defense. This team has a nice lead, and a large portion of that has to do with the way they've been able to get after this quarterback. That's the second sack in this game.
Looking to throw it on third and very long. Looks to his left and makes the completion. Touchdown, Florida. Still no answer for this offensive machine. They'll set up for a PAT. The PAT is up and good, so we're tied up here in the third quarter. Kickoff team has come on the field now to send this one away. This one will be fair caught. Here comes the Miami offense back out onto the field. They reached the end zone the last time out, trying to do the same thing here. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there. Well, they run it right into a blitz, and that linebacker was coming downhill, Kirk.
Man, what a time to call that blitz here by the defensive coordinator. And you're right, he shoots right through that A-gap. Really, the back had nowhere to go. By the time he got the ball in his hands, the linebacker's right in his face.
Quarterback looking to throw it on second down. He lets it go on the move. Looks downfield and finds a receiver who worked his way wide open. The offense really clicking here. It's press coverage now from these DBs. On 1st and 10, looking to throw. Contact as he threw it. Oh, the pass is picked off. And that's a solid return after the interception.
Boy, the quarterback gets drilled on this play, Chris, as he lets go of that ball before the interception. I think he was just trying to get it out. Didn't seem to have a chance to set his feet up. And what did it do? It made it a lot easier for the defender to come up with the interception.
They'll run it here. That's the running back with the ball. Oh, and he fumbles. Defense falls on the ball. Crucial.
Man, Chris, we can hear the contact from that hit all the way up here in the booth. So, hey, it's easy to blame the ball carrier, but I don't know if anybody could have been able to hold on to the ball after that hit.
Now, looks like the head coach made a smart move in that challenge. Officials are going to overturn their previous ruling after getting a look at that replay. And they're moving the receiver now before the snap. Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. And this one goes nowhere. Lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. The Gators will come to the line to run the hurry-up.
Chris, I always talk about this. You can always gauge a team's toughness as a group by how willing they are to tackle with their corners. Here, the corner shows you he's not just out there to cover, does a good job of being physical and making that play.
There's a loss after the completion. That's a good play by the defense.
Well, that's exactly what defensive coordinators love to see. You've got a quarterback that typically is known for his ability to cover, and here he shows some physical toughness by sticking his nose in there, and he comes up with a nice play in support.
Offense been in reverse here. Now a long way to go to convert this third down. Quarterback pre-snap adjustments now for this defense. On third down, he drops to throw. And he's going to fling it deep, going for it all here. That one falls incomplete. They tried to press it deep, but now it brings up 4th down.
Hey, it's an incompletion, but it's a nice job by the quarterback. I know it didn't pan out, but the most important thing is he didn't turn the football over and he didn't take a sack. It'll give your kicker a chance to put some points on the board if they opt for the field goal here on 4th down.
And he's throwing for it on 4th down. And he's going to launch it deep again. Can't connect downfield, incomplete, and a turnover on downs.
Really thought that this was going to work out, showing an aggressive approach here, going for it on 4th down. Looked to be there, they just weren't able to complete it.
And now the first play of this drive now from the 35. They'll run it here. He's found some room at the 45. And they bring him down, but that's enough for a first down. The clock runs down here in the 3rd quarter. Back at it to start the quarter. Offense getting set to run a first down play. There's the handoff. The gain is 4, so it's 2nd and 6.
Nice job here of controlling the line of scrimmage by this offensive line. The back does what he needs to do to get positive yards on first down.
Trying to flex the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff. The junior able to bring him down quickly.
Chris, you know, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively, but I've been always impressed with defenses that really build their defense to play in space, still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
Important 3rd down play coming up. This would be a 56-yard attempt if they don't gain anything. So penalty on the defense moves the offense 5 yards closer. The Hurricanes lining up here on 1st and 10. Linebackers trying to confuse this offense now. It's the wide receiver coming in motion now. A pop pass on the jet sweep. And he heads out of bounds after gaining a few yards.
Man, that jet sweep action puts so much pressure on a defense. You get so locked in on the ball attacking you downhill. But when offenses sprinkle this kind of offense in, it stretches this defense out wide and can create some vertical seams for big plays.
The Canes pick up first down yards to keep the drive going.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, it can go to the house for a touchdown. But the runs that really make a game plan work are the ones where you get just what you need. And he barely got the first down, but he got it.
And they'll use the ground game here. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Chris, I think we all kind of get caught up in 3rd down. What is an offense doing on 3rd down? But I think what's also important is how well do you defend first down. If you can hold your opponents to a short gain or a tackle for a loss, you throw the offense out of whack, and their game plan gets much more challenging to try to come up with that first down.
Quarterback looks to his right and finds his man. Touchdown for the U. And they'll claim the 4th quarter lead. So they'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. PAT is up and good. They lead by a touchdown here in the 4th quarter. Pretty easy call for the head coach. He will accept that penalty, of course. Kickoff team is on the field. See if they give the returner a chance to bring this one back. That one sails out of the back of the end zone with a touchback. First down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? Looking out throwing here to start the drive. Looking for a deep completion. Deep ball is caught for a huge gain here. Potentially a touchdown-saving tackle, but not before a long completion. Now someone moved this a bit too early, and it cost him 5 yards. And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage. First down play call. How aggressive will it be? They flip it to him on the jet sweep. And he goes nowhere. Stop full behind the line of scrimmage. The Gators hustle to the line to crank up the tempo. Motion by the back will make the defense adjust. Receivers now getting some new assignments before the snap. They look to throw it here on second down. Looking to make a play deep downfield. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Gators. Now they line up to kick the extra point. The PAT is up and good, and we are all tied here in the final quarter. Now they get set to kick it away. And the fair catch signaled for and taken. And the Hurricanes offense retakes the field. First play of the drive, looking to throw the football. Makes a quick catch. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks, more than enough for a first down.
That's another accurate throw by this quarterback. And Chris, when we did our prep to get ready for the national championship, we all knew that this quarterback potentially could have a big day. But I didn't expect him to get into this kind of zone. This guy cannot miss. He's having one of those dream performances.
Second down after that run on the previous play. Press coverage now from the secondary. They're going to run it here. Breaks loose at the 40. They tackle him, but the gain moves the ball to the 36. And the Canes will have 1st and 10 here. Keeping it on the ground here. The defense all over it. They stop him right at the line.
That was an excellent effort by this defense, just staying in their run fence, holding their own at the line of scrimmage, and then making a tackle. Offense just couldn't get enough of a push to get any yards at all.
Here's the second down play. The offense with some pre-snap eye candy. They'll switch it up, looking to throw. Goes to his right side there for the completion. They bring him down after a short gain there. And now the defense decides to spend a timeout to regroup a bit. That completion sets up an important third down play. A little eye candy here from the offense, some pre-snap motion. And he'll drop back here on third down. Gets the ball off as he's hit, but it's incomplete.
Hey, the good news is here, Chris. Range, and it didn't cost him themselves any points, but they could have more. Got to be thinking about going for this on 4th and short.
Tie ball game late, and they're going for it on 4th down. Looking to throw for the 1st down. And he lofts it toward the left sideline. Touchdown, Hurricanes. And they take the lead in the 4th quarter. Now the all-important extra point. PAT is up and good. They lead by a touchdown here in the 4th quarter. Getting set to kick the ball off now. And it's fielded. Returner trying to create good field position here. And the return man steps out at the 28. The Gators offense retakes the field. And it comes down to this. They need a touchdown. They've got some time to work with. How aggressive will they be? Timeout called by the defense, their first of the half, as they try to make some adjustments here. Fresh set of downs for the offense. 1st down. Quarterback making adjustments down to what the defense is showing. First play of the drive, they come out throwing. Lets it go quickly. He's got an open man downfield, and it's caught. And a big game before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
Well, I'll tell you what, this guy's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. And here we are, late in the game. He needs to continue to play with that consistency. That's a great example that he's up to.
Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. Heads out of bounds after running for the 1st down to keep this scoring threat alive. Serious pressure now for the defense. Offense moving receivers around now before the snap. Shotgun formation. Here's an inside handoff. He gains 9, so it's 2nd and 1.
Man, you know, the back gets a lot of the attention here. He's a good back. I'd love to see that offensive line win the battle of the line of scrimmage.
Offense getting set. 2nd down play here. And they'll run it out of the shotgun. Fights off a defender. They bring him down, but a solid run there by the sophomore.
You know, all week, your defensive coordinator told us about the quarterback. He told us about the receivers and how they're going to throw the football. But, man, they better get locked in on stopping this run game because that was a big-time game.
They don't block the defensive end and show some quickness, Kurt, getting around the edge that time.
Yeah, this guy's usually getting around the edge to put pressure on the quarterback, but he reminds everybody here that this guy's a complete package. Not only can he pressure the quarterback, but also he is very, very talented and shows you the physicality he has against the run as well.
Looking for his big tight end. Touchdown, Florida. Strong game by this quarterback.
Now you've got a big decision. What a great touchdown. But think about it. If you kick the extra point, you tie the game up, probably go to overtime. Or do you roll the dice and go for 2 and potentially win the game?
The coach says, forget OT. We're going for 2. Take the lead right here. Now a late timeout is taken. 6 seconds showing on the clock.
Timeout, Florida.
And they need the PAT now to even the score heading to halftime. And that PAT gives us a tie ball game here in the final quarter. Kickoff team on the field getting set now. And the fair catch is made right on the 5. And the first play of the drive now from the 25. Now a late timeout is taken. 6 seconds showing on the clock.
Timeout, Miami.
This line getting set up. It's a first down play. Some confusion on the snap count. A false start cost some 5 yards. Pretty easy call for the head coach. He will accept that penalty, of course. First down here for this offense. A pop pass on the jet sweep. He's past the 35. They get him down, but the gain moves the ball up with the 36. So here comes our first play of overtime. And the back gets the football. Defense gets him down, but they'll take the gain on that play. And the Gators will crank up the tempo. Quarterback pulls the ball. It's a keeper. Brought down, but it's past the line to gain. The offense is set up with excellent field position. They go with a direct snap. Running with purpose. Brought down at the 3 after an excellent running play.
I like that you trust your running back and you're still trying to run the football. You got to be careful. You get into overtime, this defense is thinking not just stop this runner, but try to rip that ball out as well.
So here we go. The offense has first and goal here in overtime. And now the defense will spend a timeout to get everybody on the same page before this important play. So the offense will set up first and goal here in this first overtime. And it looks like the quarterback's going to run it. It's a touchdown as they jump on top here in overtime. Look at the blazing speed for that quarterback. Look, if you're a defense trying to stop this guy, good luck.
Well, Chris, you remember this week we talked with the offensive coordinator. He talked a lot about how they have run plays on the call sheet specifically for this guy to be able to get loose and make plays. You saw that exactly on this score right here.
Interesting gamble here early in overtime. They're set up for a 2-point conversion. Now the offense will spend a timeout here. No room for mental errors here in overtime. And now for the crucial extra point to push the lead to 7 in OT. PAT puts him in front by 7. Pressure on this offense here in overtime. They must score a touchdown to stay alive. And now the handoff. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there.
Chris, textbook job by the defense surrounding the runner and preventing that play from being bounced to the outside.
Now it's second down here. They flip it to him on the jet sweep. And he's shoved out of bounds by the defense short of the first down marker. Drops back, looking to throw for it on third down. Tight end makes the grab. And it's a touchdown. They're an extra point away from double OT, or you go for 2 and win it right now.
Well, this is one of the benefits of going second when you get into overtime. Now you know what you're facing. You put a touchdown on the board, you can either send it to another overtime with you kick an extra point, or potentially, hey, let's win the game and go for 2 right here.
Movement at the second level of the defense now. There's the snap. Quarterback setting up to throw. And he's in there. They gamble and get it to win the game. What a call. They're the last team standing at the top of the mountain, Kirk, national champions.
Well, it's been so much fun to watch this team play all year long. They've had some challenging moments. They've been able to overcome them. And how fitting, a close game in the national championship. They come through one more time. And as you say, they hold the trophy. They are the national champions of the year.
Well, that's going to do it for us and wrap up another outstanding season of college football. For Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Chris Fowler. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football. Officially, your kings of the college football world and national champions, the Miami Hurricanes.